Welcome to the first episode of Jack's Tactics. In this episode, I'm going to be going over a highborn elf specific strategy to get the most out of your Seaguard units, as well as your Grey Watcher units. Now, Grey Watchers are really solid as chaff units, as a good supporting piece. Their favour is really useful for preventing incoming range damage. The main downside they have, despite being cheaper and more sort of offensively better than lane reavers, is that they are only movement 10 rather than 18, which can make it harder to chaff with them. But there's a couple ways around this. I say this works best for Seaguard, but you can do this with other units as well. You just get less shooting out of it. So you can imagine these citizens with my opponent here. You can imagine these being feral orcs or judicators or great open barbarians, whatever they need be. But in this case, I'm using citizen spear models. So you don't want this unit to be charging you. So currently they are out of charge range. But let's imagine that I was a bit closer and I've just moved back. So we can place the Grey Watchers here. So this gives us two options here. So these Grey Watchers are within 12 inches of the Seaguard, which means that the Seaguard can volley fire. So should the Citizen Spears, which currently cannot get a charge round onto the Seaguard, as you can see, should they declare a charge on the Grey Watchers, the Seaguard can stand and shoot for them, killing probably like 6 or so. Killing a few. And then you can then flee with the Grey Watchers. We can go back 11. I guess it would be more like this. Bounce through like so. So now both of these units are out of range, and you've had an opportunity to shoot these guys for free. So they go forward like probably 6 inches, up to 6 inches. So we'll say 4 in this case. So now obviously you've got the problem where the Seaguard can't move backwards. But that's fine, because you can stand and shoot. You can shoot them, stand and shoot, and ideally you have shot them enough times that they become a manageable threat. Because you've got so many extra shooting phases. You've actually got 2 extra stand and shoots out of it, which is ideal. So the other thing you can do, which is a strategy that not a lot of people see coming, is if you equip your Grey Watchers with paired weapons, then they can apply favour Miasma in close combat. Which means they can, and that lasts until the end of your next turn. Until the end of the current player's next turn. So if your opponent charges you, like so, and they kill all these guys, but you are going to go get agility 5 with paired weapons plus 1 to hit, so you get like 10 attacks. They have to take 10 toughness tests, up to 10 toughness tests, but you're probably hitting on 2s, so there's a good chance they fail that. They now have -1 to hit until the start of their next turn. So you can counter charge with whichever unit it may be that you've got, and they've got -1 to hit. So you can use that as like an offensive combat buff through chaffing. So there's a lot of ways that you can use the Grey Watchers here to, in conjunction with Seaguard, to increase the amount of shooting you get, sort of chaff people in an unorthodox way, as well as get some combat debuffs down. I think that the Grey Watchers are a really underrated unit, and I think especially small units of 5 are great for the points that you pay for them. You should probably be seeing them more often. Okay, thank you.